Raiding the Kingdom, episode 158, cat food. Obviously, not so much about the Chiefs because they had another winning week. It's more about the Raiders and their embarrassing loss. Let's start with a little positivity. Coach, how are you doing today?
Doing good, man. Doing good. I'm obviously super pissed off about your loss. It kicked me out of my survivor pool, so I appreciate that. And you guys just choking.
Sorry, dude. That's the only reason you're pissed, right?
Choking on that Dalton, man. But anyways, we can get to that here in a minute. Chiefs got the win, 22-17. It was a little Monday Night Football. That's the new teammate, my new little Chief pup in the background. He's live, you know. He's into it too. But anyways, so we haven't really played a fully, I think, clean game all year, but we are 3-0, right? I think out of the 3-0 teams, we have probably played the worst overall. The Bills look good. The Vikings look good. Both 3-0 teams, you know. Seahawks, I don't really count them, but anyways, we're
by clean. Do you mean the refs saving your ass, or how are we going with that?
I mean that's a loser mentality. Okay, that's a loser.
Yeah, and I'm a loser. The Raiders are 1-2.
That's what losers do. So you know, it is what it is. Sometimes we're gonna get good call. It's the way shit goes in life. That's life.
Was it pass interference?
Whether it's football, yeah, that probably was a pass interference, but there was also some shitty calls. People can pinpoint certain things.
You're the new Patriots. It is what it is. This is how it goes.
I forgot who even said it on the Falcons. Maybe it was Justin Simmons or it was somebody on there who said that it wasn't the reason why they lost. It wasn't that play. It's not. I mean, it's not that play. We just made enough plays there at the end. Nick Bolton making that huge tackle on Bijan Robinson to stop the drive on a fourth and inches. Huge play. That's what separates it. Pat had 2 touchdowns, bad interception again. He's like I've said every game so far this year, he hasn't really been his best. He's admitted that, but there's still a lot of time left in the season. You know, we got San Diego. We got LA coming up this week, and we got a bye week. So I think everything will get ironed out here in the next couple of weeks, and he'll be good to go. Defense again has been huge. I feel like Rashee Rice obviously on the offense has been a stud. That's really our most offensive production. Carson Steele was great too in his debut. No fumbles. I think he had 72 yards. Pounded the rock, held onto the ball like I said, and was super solid. Right, we got Kareem Hunt coming back, so that's exciting. But so a win's a win, man. You know, I haven't come on here overly ecstatic, maybe minus the Ravens game, because there hasn't been a game yet where I've just been blown away by the way they played. But again, it's a win's a win, man. And I'm not. That's 3-0 now, and beating the Ravens and beating the Bengals, and then obviously the Falcons are in the NFC. But I think a solid football team in Atlanta, who I think has got a good chance at making the playoffs. You know, the first 3 games of the season haven't been necessarily easy, but we've gotten the wins. We've found ways to win. Butker's been great. You know, for some reason he always misses extra points. He'll hit a field goal at 55 yards with wind blowing at him and all the pressure on him in the world. He'll hit that no problem, but he'll miss an extra point in a dome stadium. It is what it is. But we're getting it done. I'm happy with the win. Again, I wish it would be a little bit more clean, but beggars can't be choosers, and it's a lot better than being the Raiders.
That's fair. I didn't have a ton on the Chiefs game. Same thing with Carson Steele. Rashee Rice, I feel like, looks better than he ever has. Like, obviously, you still don't have Hollywood Brown. It doesn't really seem to be a big X factor there. Pacheco being gone, that's going to be an issue down the stretch. But, right now, I mean, you guys are cruising, and we'll do our predictions later. But I'm really not too worried about LA for you guys, and I don't think you are either. But we'll go into my game quick, and I know you can pour salt in the wound all you want. It's been a horrible, horrible weekend after this. I made it out of work just in time to watch the game. They were 7.
And you wish you crashed your car on your way home.
100%. 100%.
This is inexcusable.
It's catastrophic. It is.
It's catastrophic. You come off a great win, and then you absolutely don't show up. And I know we're, Pierce was, Antonio Pierce is your coach, right? Yeah.
I love him.
Talking about accountability. It's just like, it's infuriating. We've done this podcast, I think 3 years now, something like that, 3-4 years before we send it, all that other stuff. And you guys have, Derek Carr, I think was a good enough quarterback, right? And you're missing him now.
Bad.
It's just like,
I'm bad now.
It's mind blowing where you're at with some of the talent you have. We can admit that the Tyree Wilson thing has been a whiff, right?
He actually had a great game. He's the only one.
Yeah,
and not the only one, overall, but he had a better game for him.
Yes, overall, it's been a whiff. The Carolina, who could not do anything, has Andy Dalton come in, who had his success in Carolina or in Cincinnati, and then has kind of moved around since then as a backup quarterback, comes in and absolutely embarrasses you in your own house. Also, getting up my survivor pool. I made it through 2 weeks. A lot of people were out. You guys cost me money, so I'm pissed.
I understand. I shouldn't. But look at this. I should not be consoling you. This is my team that blew this.
It's your team, and they're pathetic, dude.
They are.
They are pathetic.
And this is exactly.
You guys like have a lot of pride in tradition and the Raider way and all this other stuff. You guys are so far from that. Yep. You're living in an alternate reality because it's not what the reality is right now and what it's been for the last 20 years. It's pathetic how anybody in that team can actually go into that locker room and collect a paycheck after the way they played is
100% agreed.
Is beyond infuriating. I mean, it's like, we have the ability, I think, to kind of talk on these athletes. Like, we don't obviously know what necessarily they go through on a daily basis. They're donating their bodies, all this other stuff. They're getting paid. They're getting compensated. But they just didn't show up against a team that you go 5. You get your record of 500. Or you'd be 2-1. Be 2-1,
yep.
Right?
Great.
You'd
good.
Still be there in the race for in the AFC West, and you just completely shit the bed. Completely. And it's inexcusable, and I don't know how any Raider fan really faced themselves after that game. And I couldn't imagine being at that stadium, paying the prices you got to pay to either be a season ticket holder or just to go see a game in general. It's just unreal.
First home game, and this is go stepping out for a second, but I've got this because this is my turn. This is my turn to roll. So this is the Raiders' first home game. And let me mute coach. There we go. So their first home game of the year. I am so excited for this. The Panthers game is something that was supposed to be a gimme for them, a shoe-in. There was no doubt in my mind. I won't say there was no doubt in my mind this was going to be a win, but it was. Everybody expected a win, especially after beating the Ravens. And it wasn't a blowout against the Ravens either. And we had some help, but that's how a lot of these games go. And we won. And then we go to the Panthers and just absolutely get demolished. And I know it's not Bryce Young, but it's Andy Dalton. And I know he's never lost to the Raiders before, but I still don't care. They don't have any receivers. Their defense is garbage. J.C. Horn is the only player of note on that team. They have no pass rush. Their offensive line is garbage. And we got 2 sacks on Andy Dalton, 0 interceptions. He went 26 for 37 with 319 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks. He was only sacked 2 times. Only 2 sacks with Christian Wilkins and Max Crosby and Tyree Wilson. We're really missing Malcolm Kuntz on the other edge because Tyree Wilson is just not it. Max had no sacks, and he was pretty low on the stat sheet, honestly. The star defender, which I don't want to say star, the leading defender was our linebacker, Robert Spillane, with 11 tackles, a sack, and a tackle for loss. Devontae Adams was targeted 9 times. He only had 4 receptions for 40 yards. Trey Tucker and Jacoby Myers had the tuds, one of which came in garbage time. It was from Aiden O'Connell, who didn't play much, but he still had a touchdown. He went 9 for 12, 82 yards, and a touchdown. Gardner Minshew was 18 for 28, 214 yards, a touchdown, an interception, and he was sacked only 1 time. You're only sacked 1 time. Why can you not make this happen? You have Devontae Adams, you have Trey Tucker, you have Jacoby Myers. Zamir White is not getting it done either.
What a chump he's been.
Oh my God, dude. 10 carries, 34 yards, 3.4 average. He's never averaged more than, he hasn't surpassed 4 yards. So we're missing Josh Jacobs. We're missing Malcolm Kuntz. They need to sign a free agent pass rusher in the worst way, but it shouldn't even come to that because we have Max Crosby and Christian Wilkins. The two of them should be able to take over. That's a great defensive line. I don't care who else is there. We have other talent that can step up, and they're just not. And Antonio Pierce mentioned business decisions, accountability, and I'm not going to talk about this for too long because I'm still so pissed, and I'm just ready to move on to week 4. Jack Jones was highlighted not making a play when he should have, and that's kind of who I thought he was talking about. But just a lot of broken coverages, soft zone, missed opportunities, just really just a crappy performance from everybody. But there is legitimately no excuse because it's the Carolina Panthers, it's Andy Dalton with no weapons, no run game, no offensive line, no pass rush. Trash, garbage loss. And it was a gimme win that we gave back. So now you're going to have to make it up somewhere else and beat a better team. Because guess what? We still haven't played the Chiefs twice. We've only played the Chargers once and we lost. We haven't played Denver yet, who we could also lose to at this point. And we haven't lost to them in 4 seasons. In 4 years, we haven't lost to the Broncos. So let's not do this. And I'll just say it here. I think they should start Aiden O'Connell. He was part of the rejuvenation last year. Antonio Pierce, AOC, the Sin City Slaughter. We were on the cusp of making the playoffs, and we didn't make the playoffs, and then we still didn't get a quarterback or grab somebody all that impactful. I mean, Brock Bowers is an absolute stud, but you need a good quarterback to get it done, and we still don't have it. And this is going to be my choir song for the rest of the season until we draft somebody that's legitimate.
We're going to cut this off here in a second, but there's going to come a time where you just can't look forward to the draft, and hopefully you can look forward to the next week because you guys are in playoff contention.
And you've been with me the last 2 drafts. I've been looking forward to who we pick, and Brock Bowers is great. Tyree Wilson was not who I wanted. It was cool to meet him and all that jazz. But it's I need a draft to hit, and it has to be a quarterback because we need a franchise quarterback. We got rid of Derek Carr. He's tearing it up in New Orleans right now. Well, not so much last week, but anyways. So I'll get off the soapbox. The loss was embarrassing as all hell. They need to square this away for week 4 and the rest of the season, but they gave a easy win away. They gave it away.
Yep. And we'll do a quick shout out. Nick, schedules happen, right? Nick will be on here eventually. Shout out to him. Broncos had a great win, 26-7 over the Bucs. Didn't see that coming. They just played a great game.
Didn't see it coming at all. Nope.
Bo Nix wasn't overly great, but he did enough, and that team defense and the running backs and everyone else, and the team played good. So 26-7 against a playoff team like Tampa out of nowhere. Shout out to the Broncos. Good win.
There you go. And then it's always a task when a bunch of teams in the AFC West win and you lose. It just sets you back a little bit further. So that's something to think about as well. What happened with the Chargers? I'm trying to remember.
They lost.
So
everyone got injured.
Yeah, well, which is normal for them.
Yep.
Right.
Ron Burgundy cursed them for leaving San Diego.
So we did our week 3 predictions. Once again, another low week for us in general. Coach had 7 correct. I had 6. Nick had 5. Coach now leads the way with 23 overall. I have 22. Nick is in the bottom in the teens. I'll get him his official number, but he's not out of it, but he's not in it either. So Coach takes the lead as we head into week 4. Coach, I'm a gracious loser. You get, and we're recording this on Thursday. The game is about 2 hours away from starting.
Away. I just got my underdog notification, promo code RTK. The game is only 2 hours away. Get your bets in now.
Get your bets in now. Promo code RTK on Underdog Fantasy in all states that it applies to. Make some money. Coach, Thursday Night Football, Cowboys versus Giants.
Cowboys. Cowboys have to come back. 2 straight losses. The sky would be falling if the Cowboys lose this game. It'd be great for Sports Talk Radio tomorrow and ESPN shows, and Stephen A. Smith, I think, would probably explode. But I got the Giants winning. The Cowboys winning.
Cowboys winning.
Cowboys got the dub.
I also have the Cowboys taking the dub on this one. Denver versus Jets. Not a Denver believer just because of that one win. I am going with the New York Jets for the first 1:00 game.
Jets as well.
Coach, you have Saints and Falcons.
I'm going to take the Falcons in this game. I think they bounce back. I think Kirk Cousins A lot of it can't, I wish I could change my prediction depending on what happens with Bijan Robinson, but I think the Falcons get the win.
I'm also going to take the Dirty Birds. I think that they've had a couple tough games. They've showed they can hang in there. Coming off the Chiefs, I think they're, iron sharpens iron. Corny, I know, but it is what it is. I'm going to take the Falcons as well. Saints definitely disappointed me against the Eagles. Next, I've got Bengals versus Panthers. Andy Dalton got his one win out of the way. It was against the Raiders. It's not going to be against the Bengals. Joe Burrow and them are going to start to get into their stride. Like I said, it's usually week 12 and on. They really hammer it in. I'm going to say they get a win now and they take out the Panthers.
Yeah, Bengals win.
Beautiful. Coach, you have Rams and Bears. The Bears.
Rams and Bears. Rams, great win last week coming back against the Niners. Shows their grit, determination. I think they continue that, and I think they beat the Bears.
I'm taking the Rams as well. Caleb Williams still did not look good. Defense bailed him out a little bit. Things are not quite right in Chicago. On the chosen one is not quite the chosen one as of yet. Next, we have an NFC North battle of the Titans. Without the Titans, it's the Vikings and the Packers. I am going to go Green Bay. Whether it's Malik Willis or Jordan Love, that team is rolling. The defense looks good. I know Sam Darnold is dealing with the Vikings, but I think it's got to come back down to earth at some point. I'm going to go Packers.
I'll take the Packers as well, reluctantly. I think that I like what the Vikings have done this year. They've been great, really up until now. Defense has been good. Like I said, if the Vikings win, wouldn't shock me. I'll just roll with the Packers for this game, though.
There we go. Coach, you've got Jags and Texans.
Jags and Texans. I'm going to take the Texans. I have no faith in the Jaguars. Trevor Lawrence and his $245 million looks like a complete highway robbery.
Oh my God!
He's got talent around him. I'm not gonna buy that, and I'm not gonna really buy the coaching thing. I just think that he might have got a little bit more hyped up than he should have been coming out of college. As the next Andrew Luck, the second coming. So I will take the Texans in this game, like C.J. Stroud, like those boys, and I think they'll get the job done. Even though Tank Dell and Nico Collins might be out.
Agreed. I'm going Texans as well. We've yet to disagree. Steelers and Colts. Anthony Richardson right now has just appeared extremely inconsistent. It's concerning. I like him for his talent and his high ceiling. But the floor is a little low right now. I'm going to go with the Steelers. I'm taking the Steelers.
Steelers. I'll take the Steelers as well. Part of me wants to take the Colts, live dangerously. So we have some sort of separation as far as our picks go.
We may later.
I'll take the Steelers. Justin Fields and the boys get it done.
There you go. You've got Eagles and Bucks, an interesting one.
Eagles and Bucks. Eagles got lucky against the Saints. Let's be real here. I think the sky was falling and Nick Sirianni might be on his way out if they lose that game. But I will take the Eagles in this game. I think they get it done. Jalen Hurts has not been great, but he's good enough to get the job done. And Saquon Barkley's been vintage Saquon Barkley, so I'll take the Eagles.
I'm going to take the Bucks. I saw that A.J. Brown, Devonta Smith are likely both out. That leaves it up to Saquon and Goddard again. So I'm going to say the Bucks fix their issues from the Denver game and go back to the form we saw in the first 2 weeks.
Okay.
4:00 game, Coach. You've got Patriots and 49ers.
Patriots and 49ers. I will take the 49ers in this game. It looks like Christian McCaffrey. He's going to be out a couple more months. Just absolutely my fantasy season. Why I knew better, but I went and drafted him anyways. But the 49ers and Jordan Mason will get the job done.
I agree. I think that team is kind of too conditioned to give this one away. And the Patriots are returning to the form we expected them to be in, so I'm not terribly concerned about it. Next 4:00 game, we've got Commanders and Cardinals. I think the Cardinals offense is high flying. Jaden Daniels does look terrific out there in Washington. Nice win the other night. But I'm still going to go Cardinals on this one. I think Kyler has the edge.
Kyler has the edge. I'll go Cardinals as well. I like Jaden Daniels and I like what Washington's building. Daniels, yeah, I think they're close. They're close, but they're not there yet. They're not there yet, but they're building. They're building towards being a very successful team. So I'll go Arizona though.
So we got our 2 4:25 games. They're both our teams. I'll take my Raiders versus Browns. I'm going to go Raiders. Not so much because I really think that's what's going to happen. It's because what has to happen. Show that you learn from your mistakes. The Browns are vulnerable. another overpaid quarterback that isn't getting it done, but they have weapons. They have a great defense. It would be a good win, and it would solidify that they learned from the mistakes, and the Panthers thing was a fluke. I'm not quite sure that's what's going to happen, but I'm taking my Raiders.
I'm going to take the Browns.
Hey, got to do it, Coach. I'm not even hating you on it. And no need to explain, because I understand. Now, Coach, KC versus the Chargers.
KC versus the Chargers, going Chiefs, man. It looks like Joe Alt, Justin Herbert might be out. Obviously, what's his name?
Derwin James.
Derwin James got suspended for the game. So I'm just going to take, I think the injuries and everything like that, or the curse of San Diego, will continue to plague the Chargers, and I think the Chiefs will have a good win. I think this might be a Mahomes breakout game.
I think it's going to be a slaughter. I think you guys are going to win by 15.
Yeah, I think we're going to kick their ass.
I'm going
KC we're going to go in there and we're going to kick their ass. Yep.
Right. Sunday Night Football, Bills versus Ravens. Bills put a whooping on the Jags. Ravens came out on a close one the other week. I'm going to take the Ravens. I believe in Lamar. He lost to the Raiders, questionable. They gave you guys a good fight, just didn't work out. Josh Allen has his fumbles and such, and I'm going to go Lamar and the Ravens.
I'm going to take the Bills. The way Josh Allen's been playing, he's been on Superman mode, and he's just been unreal. So props to Josh Allen.
There you go. And now, once again, we have 2 Monday Night Football games. Titans versus Dolphins. I'm going to take the Dolphins. I just can't get over Will Levis and his antics. There's obviously some friction with him and the coach. The Dolphins are likely going to start Tyler Huntley, who I think is decent. And he'll have the weapons at his disposal, and he's a mobile quarterback. I'm going Dolphins.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Dolphins as well. Whether it's Tyler Huntley or Skyler or whoever it is, I don't have Skyler. I just don't have the faith in the Titans to get the job done. So I'll take Miami. They got enough talent to make up for mid quarterback play.
And last game of the night, I think I already know your prediction, so I'm going to handwrite it and see if I'm wrong. Seahawks versus Lions. Who are you taking?
Lions, baby, biting kneecaps and taking names.
Your guy, Dan Campbell. I knew
Dan Campbell's my man. Screw that dude who sent out. He was butthurt about, I guess, like Dan Campbell's daughter not giving him the time of day and posted his address and made a move. But the Lions, they're rocking and rolling, like what they're doing. Lions.
Hey, and I'm taking the Lions as well. And we have 3 games that we have a difference of opinion on. So there is a chance for me to take the lead. We'll see what happens. I think we gotta hit double digits on our prediction soon, because last year it was a minimum of 10. It was a little concerning.
It's been an off year.
Right. So we did have to push through the episode a little bit tonight. We appreciate everyone that joined us. We will not be doing our Harrison Butker Get Back in the Kitchen Award tonight. If anything, or Make Me Sandwich Award. If anything, the Raiders would win both of them for
I was going to give it to the whole Raiders team.
Yeah, give it to the whole Raiders team. But for your betting purposes, get on Underdog, promo code RTK, get your match or your deposit matched. And if you're buying tickets, SeatGeek, promo code RTK as well. Get $20 off your first order. Raiders fans, hang in there. I'm hoping they get it together. Chiefs fans, I guess you guys can just continue to enjoy every weekend, whereas I just want to, do horrible things to myself because the Raiders stink. But we're surging ahead. So week 4 is upon us. Adapt and overcome. Here we go. So everyone, good night, and we will see you after week 4.